Beautiful soul, I'm so excited to bring you the energy update for this magnificent 11/11 portal, whilst we are already in the 11 portal days, from the 1st of November till about the 11th, 12th of November. And we have this huge cosmic influx of high accelerated frequencies. And, you know, the guides just said to me, Katerina, it's an eventful November. And I'm like, oh yeah, no kidding, you know. And with the activity, it literally goes throughout all realms. And it's with the recent election in the US, you know, the energetic dynamics, the field is so fluctuant. And the guides have really strongly reminded me, and also to share with us all, that we are the creator of our own reality, of our own energetic field, of our own surroundings. And the higher your frequencies, the more you impact the collective field. And that means when we emanate loving actions, peace, connection, compassion, community, unity, then we infuse the field around us with that frequency. And it was literally 111 in the recording. And you know, you may also experience that you have those number codes appearing, like you look at the clock and it's 11:11 or 11:33, and all of them are encoded and they activate ancient patterns within you on your DNA level, but also in your Akashic memory bank. And this 11/11 portal is extremely rare and unique due to the many magnificent astrological alignments and events and what's happening here in the collective field. And always to keep in mind, the more light is coming in, the more density comes to the surface. So, and whatever is coming to the surface that is out of sync with love, compassion, and unity, that is to be seen, to be embraced. It's like, oh wow, you know, the entire planet is ascending. So everything that is out of sync with the ascension is highlighted to be seen, healed, and addressed in a loving way. And for all of us who are aware, who are conscious, and tapping into that quantum field, the more we infuse that with that positive intent that serves the highest and greatest good of all, and that's 233, that is the twin flame and the cosmic Christ codes, where we help everyone to rise. And back to the Akashic Records, this 11/11 portal, and it starts probably Saturday, Sunday until Tuesday at least, where we are in a time where you literally can pierce through the collective field, also through the various dimensional fields, and access the space outside of time and space. The energy is so high. It's like, how do I string a human sentence together with all the codes coming in and the light language already being so prevalent? And with that being outside of time and space, it's like you can really access in a clear, direct way your highest potential. The guides also reminded me today of our divine gifts. You know, who am I at my core? And for some that might be purity or joy or creativity or manifestation or understanding sacred geometry, working through sound and light codes, or really psychic, where your gifts are, oh my God, I can transcend timelines, I can see through the veils, and I can not necessarily predict the future, because now we're in a period of extreme wild cards, and there are also cosmic wild cards. It's not just the response of the human collective, there's a co-creation taking place, and nothing is set in stone at the moment. You know, everything is so dynamic and in flux. And when you, and the guides really prepared me all throughout this week. So, and they're like, Katerina, when you are in the quantum field, how does it feel like? Well, it's calm, it's expanding, everything is accessible and possible. And then, wow, and I had this huge realization, every now moment is unique. So whatever we feel like, oh my God, have we now chosen a future trajectory? Whichever one we perceive, it's like they are only very transitionary at the moment. You know, whatever is taking place is transitionary. And that's for the reason, A, to highlight what is out of sync with ascension, and also to see, you know, we are going from old earth to the new earth and into higher frequencies. And so we are kind of in between on a vast collective level where it's like, oh, old earth doesn't quite work anymore. Here are the highlights of those things that needs to be addressed. And then that's where we're heading for. And the higher your frequency, you are already in the new earth, manifesting the landscape, manifesting your dreams and your creative pursuits. And for you, it's also, and I share so much information in depth about it, that's completely new, that I received all over both day and night this week. And I left myself voice messages because the streams were so intense. And I'm like, okay, I'm following this trail. And last night I was again at the Stone Circle receiving more cosmic codes in the Platinum Ray. So on Sunday, the 10th of November, I will share that with you together with the 1111 portal codes and an amazing attunement to the Platinum Ray. And when you are on that higher frequency level, working with the Platinum Ray, working with higher dimensional frequencies, you are already tapping in and out of the quantum field, and you can now create an energy field around you that is not out of sync with the collective, but it's on a different bandwidth. And the Venusians in the last video showed us we can also weave new patterns in old structures, and then they dissolve over time. And especially during this 1111 portal with the Platinum Ray, that transmutes a vast amount of density. So whatever you see and experience, it's like, you know, it's just here for transmutation. You know, it's not really to invest any time or energy in it. It's like, oh, okay, that wants to be seen. That goes into the transmutation energy of the Platinum Ray, of other things. And our divine virtues also enhance. You know, and I've went through this massive initiation process for God knows how long, and the guide said, Katerina, can you see your own evolution? I'm like, you know, and when we are right in the middle of it, we often can't see the progress we are making. And then I was shown things, what I'm now increased in my capacities, and I'm like, no shit, you know, I really have changed, and there really is an acceleration and a growth taking place. But when we are in this wave on wave after density, it's like, I don't know if I see that, you know, and that's also where we are collectively, where it's like, wow, we climb the ladder and then certain events come and we see this and now it needs to be addressed, and then we move on. And the astrology is also really intense. We have that, God, I'm not an astrologer, so feel free to correct me if I say something wrong in the comments. But Pluto is moving into Aquarius on the 19th of November, and that's a huge game changer. So we are preparing the field with the Platinum Ray, and then we are moving more into future energies. And that will take place, and the higher energies are also quicker. So a process that may have lasted in the past 4, 5, 7 years can be down to 2 years. So and that also impacts our planning, the navigation of how do we go about things in the world. And Ashtar is saying nothing is quite as it seems, you know, so there are undercurrents of different dimensional frequencies happening at the same time. And let's see what light language the guides have in store for us to support us in the highest level of receptivity for that Platinum Ray, for that 1111 portal that brings in they're also just now saying they ignite the motor of joy in our heart, you know, that our heart is run on joy and positivity, because the heart is a stargate into higher dimensions, connecting us with all the life around us. And that ascension is one, and the star brothers and sisters are so much more reaching out. The angelics are really strong. You know, I can really feel often when we feel that vast amount of density, that's also when our guides step up. And I had this beautiful vision of so many people holding hands surrounding America, surrounding Spain, surrounding different places on earth where this huge dynamic fluctuation is happening. And that's really where we move into unity and compassion, when we see, oh my God, here, come on, let's hold that circle of love for all of us. And receiving, you know, when you're on the receiving end of it, it's like, wow, wave after wave after wave of love is helping to let go of that density. So, oh, I'm held, it's gonna be okay. You know, we're all in this together. And it was 1010 in the recording, that portal into the new, that new cycle and new beginning. So let's truly see now what light language is coming forth. And I dedicate it to the highest and greatest good of all. And you can hold your hands over your heart chakra to receive it. Iwaski ti si a kata sasa na maha. Miyakiti si na maha. Miwashkata sasa na maha. Miwiki si iki a kata sasanaha. Iki a kata sasana namaha. Miwashkata sana maha. Miwaki si ikia nana masa. Ikia nana masa. Miwashkata sasana namaha. Miwi kisi ki ishkata na masa. Ki ishkata sana namaha. Miwa kaka sasana namaha. Miwa kaka sasana namaha. Iwashkata sasana namaha. Iwashkata sasana namaha. Miyakiti sisi nana maha. Niwi kiki si ishka ta sana maha. Si ishkata sasana namaha. Miwa ka sasanaha. Niwi kiki sisi nanamaha. Miyakata sasanaha. Miyakata sasana maha. Iwashkaka sasana namaha. Iwashkaka sasana namaha. Miyakiki sisi nanamaha. Miyakiki sisi nanamaha. Miyakiki sisi nanamaha. Miwashkiti si ishkata sa namaha. Miwikiti si ishkata sa namaha. Miwakaka sasana namaha. Iashkata. Iakiti si iki akata namaha. Iakiti si ishkata namasa. Miwaka sata namaha. Miwakata sa namaha. Miwakata sasanaha. Miwashkata sasa namaha. Aka, aka, aka. Aka, aka, aka. Blessed be, so mote it be, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do my best to remember all of this. It was so intense. We started with the Venusians, and they were like, we embrace you all on earth. We know what a profound time it is that you're in. And they were like, and allow your things to let go. And they were literally waving it out, and then they said, place it into your hand for it to be lifted into the higher dimensions. And it's like, wow, that's a really nice new process. It's like, yeah, here it is, and off you go, you know, with love and transmuted in higher dimensions. And then Mary Magdalene and Yeshua step forward, and it's like that energy, you are held, you are loved, and you are grounded. You know, we are here, we support you. And Yeshua was saying, you know, in the times of greatest challenge is also the time of the greatest growth happening, where we really can accelerate. And you're like, oh my God, I never thought that's possible. And that energy of, you know, when we open our heart and allow that flow, I don't know, there was one, yeah, and it was Yeshua, yeah, following that flow, you know, and learning to ride that wave. And the more we go from our heart in that acceptance, all right, I'll float that wave now, then we are also supported. And then it's not like a steam climb up the mountain, it's like the wave carries you higher. And it's like, Carolina, personal note taking, write that into your codes as well. And then the golden solar light beings came in. It's like, yeah, we bring in cheer, we bring in joy, we help lift your emotions so that your heart is open to ride that wave. And then Archangel Metatron was coming in and saying, you know, we return into oneness, we bring in these codes of transmutation. And in the middle was Gaia, and she's saying, you know, I hold you in love, we're in this together, and we all rise as one. And we are just in that momentum where cleansing is taking place, where it's like the Platonic, is it Platonic? No, Platonic solids, but the shifts, you know, in our, in the earth crust, you know, where it's realigned, it's like the puzzle is being reshuffled. And that is part of that realigning into new wholeness and oneness. And the recording was 1544, and that's also the angelic support. And I hope you enjoyed this update, and I can't wait to see you on Sunday, the 10th, for the activation with the Platinum Ray to support you on your journey with ease, grace, and joy. Namaste.